Hello and welcome. We've seen a significant surge as far as India's stock markets are concerned, or not just the benchmark indices, but also the broader markets doing exceedingly well. We have seen the Nifty Bank hit a record high in trade today. So, what's really driving these market gains? Of course, we've also heard that Moody's is expecting India's economy to grow at 6.5% through 2027. So, well, to decode all of the market momentum at the moment, I'm joined by Anant Ladha, co-founder at Invest for Kal, also a mutual fund distributor, and senior business economist Sanchita Mukherji. Thank you both for your time. Anand, so for all those wondering, look, what really are the factors that are driving these market gains? Is it just domestic cues? Is it also global cues looking upbeat? Your first thoughts.
Firstly, thank you so much for having me on the show. Always fun interacting and discussing about important topics with you. There are multiple factors which are causing markets to gain. Firstly, market took a perfect support at 50-day moving average, and it bounced from a perfect support level. Secondly, we are finally hearing some positive news from Trump. Trump has been behind the tariffs from last few months, and finally 2 days back we got to hear that he'll be closing this matter soon. I am personally expecting by before 25th of this month we might see a final verdict, and market is probably reacting on the positive side, expecting something positive from Trump's side. And finally, the election thing. I know exit poll have been declared, and whenever we see consistency in the government which is ruling at the center is also coming in state, from consistency and from investors perspective, that's a big positive. And based on exit poll, we are seeing some short term reaction. Always reaction because of elections, specifically state elections, might not be a long term impact, but yeah, short term push we can surely expect, and which is coming in the market as well.
Right, so the market is reflecting the short-term optimism you say, but Sanchita, your thoughts on the outlook on India's economy? Moody's saying that look, they expect India's economy to grow at 6.5% through 2027. Also upbeat on India's economy. Various rating agencies, this isn't the first that we've heard. So your thoughts on India's economy and how that will continue to impact the market mood then?
Yes, absolutely, Sakshi, and very pertinent that you've gotten this topic for the conversation today. It's a very important topic, and I'm very glad that global rating agencies are now waking up to the fact that Indian macros are actually fundamentally doing very well in this situation, right? I mean, a couple of days back, we even had Goldman Sachs, which went overweight on India, which was a very joyful moment for the markets too, because if one were to look at how the economy has progressed, there's been tremendous support in terms of infrastructure development, which has actually opened up all the supply chain bottlenecks we used to traditionally deal with in our economy. So supply chain bottlenecks are not there anymore. There's been tremendous focus on infrastructure. Inflation is at an all-time low. Monetary policy is neutral to easy. Consumption has taken off in a very big way post the GST rationalization which has happened, plus the wage tailwinds that the economy got from the public sector wages, which has happened. So, these kind of things have actually gone a very long way. Even the export diversification. Today only I was actually reading that in face of even the tariff situation which had happened in the erstwhile last couple of months, we are still fared well, and we've been a net positive in spite of that in the export overall. So, I mean, it's actually a Goldilocks spot if you see. Last 1 year, though the market returns have been flat to negative, I think it was 2024, we had a tremendous bull run due to which the overvaluation seeped into the broader markets, if one were to look at it. But right now, given that the emerging markets are all doing very well, vis-a-vis the developed markets, I think Indian markets have come to very good valuation. So things are looking up quite brightly.
Right, now you think the valuations are just right. You think things are looking optimistic. Anand Ladha, the last word to you really on the sectors that everyone should watch out for those who are tracking the markets very closely, saying, okay, then going forward, what sectors should we be looking at? Of course, there are various talks on the domestic front, on the global cues front, like you were mentioning. So what sectors should they be looking at in terms of investment or in terms of just tracking, as it were?
Firstly, I'll talk about some positive sectors. Recently, IT has underperformed, and whichever sector underperforms for quite some time, specifically for 3 years plus, I feel that we might get some opportunity out there, and we should look out for that opportunity. But at the same time, at global level, markets are also doing well. Dow Jones just crossed, I think, 48,000 levels. Dow Jones yesterday only it crossed, which was a big positive for the complete market. But at the same time, there is a kind of IT, rather I should say AI bubble, which is being created. It is not a complete bubble situation in the international markets, but yes, it is something which we should be concerned of. I think we still have few quarters away, but at the same time, we should be cautious about this point. Other than IT, I think we should be more focused towards large caps and large and mid caps, and probably we can avoid some small caps as of now, specifically if we are new traders and investors, because valuation comfort we are having more towards the large cap side as compared to the small cap side. So this is something which we can take care of. Finally, defense is also bouncing back, and big smile on the faces of those who have had faith in this sector. So finally, happy to see some momentum over there. Banking will always do good in a growing economy in long term, which we can take care of.
All right, those are your thoughts, of course. And for all those looking at investment, should of course do their own reviews and their own checks. But the fact of the matter is that markets are gaining, and of course the economy as well is witnessing strong fundamentals, and therefore we are seeing brokerages being upbeat on India's economy as well. Of course, we will continue to track the sectors that outperform going forward. But for now, thank you both for sharing your initial thoughts.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.